Have you ever wondered why you're going through so many tests in life? Struggles in money, delays in success, endless prayers that seem unanswered. What if I told you? This one test could be the sign that you're on the direct path to Trillionaire Rizq from Allah. Yes, Allah doesn't randomly test people. He selects hearts that He wants to purify, elevate, and bless in ways beyond imagination. If you're facing hardship, it's not a dead end. It could be a divine doorway, a hidden key to rizq so vast that only those chosen by Allah experience it. In this video, we'll uncover the spiritual secrets behind your test and how passing it can unlock a life filled with barakah, peace, and powerful rizq. Not just money, but rizq that touches your soul and every corner of your life. Stay with me till the end. This could change your perspective forever. 1. Tests are signs of divine favor. In Islam, facing trials and tests is not a sign of Allah's anger. It is often a sign of His deep love and attention. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "When Allah intends good for someone, He afflicts them with trials." This hadith reveals a powerful truth. Hardship isn't always punishment. It can be purification. Through tests, Allah removes sins, elevates ranks, and strengthens the believer's soul. When someone is chosen for a big destiny, their path is often full of difficulty. That's because ease does not shape strong believers. Challenges do. Allah wants to prepare you, refine your character, and ensure your heart is not attached to the dunya. He knows that when rizq arrives, especially great rizq, your soul must be ready to handle it with humility, not arrogance. Tests can also be spiritual training. They awaken your du'as, deepen your reliance on Allah, and bring you closer to Him in ways comfort never can. When you're struggling but still turning to Him, it's a divine signal. You're being prepared for something greater. That something could be a form of rizq so massive, material or spiritual, that only those tested and trusted by Allah can carry it responsibly. 2. Patience, sabr, and trust, tawakkul. Patience, sabr, and trust, tawakkul, are the core qualities of a believer during trials. When life becomes uncertain or difficult, your ability to remain calm, consistent in worship, and hopeful in Allah's wisdom is what sets you apart. Patience isn't just about waiting. It's about how you behave while you wait. Do you continue praying, avoiding complaints, and staying grateful? If yes, then you're showing true sabr. Tawakkul is more than saying, "I trust Allah." It's showing that trust through action. You take the necessary steps, make dua sincerely, and then leave the outcome to Him without doubt. Even if the result isn't what you expected, you believe it's part of a bigger plan. That's real faith. Many people lose blessings because they give up right before the breakthrough. But those who hold on, with sabr and tawakkul, are the ones Allah honors in ways they never imagined. These two qualities are not just tools for survival. They are keys to rizq. Allah mentions in the Quran, "Whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him." Quran 65:3. This verse is a promise. True trust attracts divine provision, and true patience earns divine reward. 3. True rizq is more than wealth. When most people hear the word rizq, they immediately think of money or material wealth. But in Islam, rizq is far broader and deeper. It includes everything that brings benefit to your life. Health, knowledge, peace of mind, loving relationships, time, skills, and even moments of sincere worship. These are all forms of divine provision, often more valuable than money. You might see someone with less money, but a heart full of peace, a happy family, and strong faith. That's rizq. On the other hand, someone may have millions, but no sleep at night, no purpose, and constant anxiety. That person is not truly rich, even if they appear wealthy. Allah gives different types of rizq based on what a person truly needs for their soul and journey. Even the ability to make dua, to cry in sajda, to feel content with little. These are priceless provisions that many overlook. In fact, some scholars say the greatest rizq is hidayah, guidance. Because if Allah provides you with the path to Him, you've already received the richest treasure. Understanding rizq in this complete sense shifts your focus. You stop chasing only money and start recognizing the blessings already in your life, many of which money can never buy. 4. Tests precede big rizq. Before Allah grants someone a major blessing, especially in the form of abundant rizq, He often puts them through trials to test their sincerity and readiness. Just like a student must pass an exam before moving to the next grade, believers must prove their trust, character, and discipline before receiving bigger responsibilities or provisions. This is not to make life harder. It's to ensure that the blessing becomes a means of growth, not destruction. Big rizq comes with big responsibility. If the heart isn't prepared, wealth can lead to arrogance, greed, or forgetfulness of Allah. But if the person has been refined through hardship, they receive rizq with humility and use it for good, charity, family, community, and strengthening their deen. Even in the stories of the prophets and righteous people, great rizq, whether it was leadership, influence, or provision, was always preceded by tests. Yusuf, alayhi salam, faced betrayal, prison, and loneliness before becoming a ruler in Egypt. These tests were not punishments, but preparation. When you're being tested, it's a sign that Allah sees potential in you. It means you're being shaped for something greater. The greater the test, the higher the level of rizq waiting, both in this world and the next. 5. Delayed rizq is not denied. Rizq. One of the most difficult tests for believers is the feeling of delay, when your du'as seem unanswered and your efforts appear fruitless. But in Islam, a delay is never a denial. Allah's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't match your expectations. What you perceive as late may actually be Allah protecting you, preparing you, or positioning you for something far better. Sometimes, Allah delays rizq because He wants to give it to you when your heart is clean, your faith is stronger, and your purpose is clear. If He gave it too early, it might lead to arrogance, distraction, or even destruction. Just like rain falls only when the soil is ready to receive it, rizq also comes when your soul is ready to handle it. The delay also deepens your connection with Allah. It teaches perseverance, sincerity in dua, and trust in the unseen. These spiritual muscles are built in waiting, not in instant results. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease." Quran 94-6. He has already written your rizq, and it will reach you at the right time, in the right way. So never assume silence means rejection. Sometimes it's simply divine preparation. 6. Passing the test unlocks rizq. Every test from Allah is an opportunity, not a punishment. When you respond to trials with the right attitude and actions, you don't just survive them. You unlock a new level of rizq that was previously hidden. Allah observes how you behave in difficulty. Do you remain honest when tempted to cheat? Do you keep praying when you feel spiritually drained? Do you hold your tongue when you could easily complain or backbite? These are the hidden questions in life's test paper, and your answers determine your next level of blessing. Rizq is tied to inner strength. When Allah sees you staying grateful without visible reasons, helping others while in need yourself, and relying on Him instead of people, He opens doors that were closed, not only materially, but emotionally and spiritually too. Many people want rizq without realizing that it is earned through character, intention, and submission to Allah's will. This is why sometimes a single moment of sincere sabr, a heartfelt dua, or an act of kindness during hardship becomes the key that unlocks rizq you never expected. Allah doesn't forget your struggle. Behind every test is a divine calculation. When you pass, the reward is not just rizq, it's rizq with barakah and purpose. If you're being tested right now, know that it's not a punishment. It's a sign that Allah is preparing you for something greater. Stay patient, trust His timing, and keep your heart firm in faith. Trillionaire Rizq isn't just wealth, it's the richness of your soul, your purpose, and your connection with Allah. If this message touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Purpose Deen for more reminders that nourish your soul. Let's end with a beautiful prayer. Ya Allah, bless me with rizq that brings me closer to you. Comment it below and make it your daily dua.